All right, for this last problem, in order to factor, we need it to be equal to 0. So we're going to move everything to the same side of the equation. So I'm going to subtract 2x squared from both sides. I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides. And I'm going to subtract 20 from both sides. So that gives me negative 3x cubed minus 3x squared plus 48x minus 60. Okay, this has 4 terms. There's no GCF, so we're going to have to factor by grouping here. I'm going to switch colors here. So to factor by grouping, we're going to group and group. So I'm going to factor out a negative 3x squared, which will leave me with x squared plus 1. And over here, I can factor out 12, I think. That leaves me with 4x minus 5. Now, factoring by grouping only works if these two things are the exact same, which they are not. So factoring by grouping does not work in this problem. And since factoring by grouping doesn't work, we do not have any other factoring techniques. So right now, we can't solve this problem because we don't know how to factor it. None of our normal techniques work. So if I can't factor it, I can't set them all equal to 0. So we are going to need some other methods, and that's what's going to be coming up in the next 2 lessons are some other methods, like how do we deal with this problem. So anyway, just so you know, not every equation can be factored. Sometimes you're going to run into ones that can't, and we'll get to those other methods in our next lessons.